My neighbor Ray is 71 years old, a retired postal worker, sharp as a tack. Last spring, he walked into a dealership with a $9,000 cashier's check and drove home in a used SUV that his own daughter thought was brand new. She called me that weekend and asked what year it was. When I told her it was 8 years old with 74,000 miles, she did not believe me. That's the kind of deal hiding in the used SUV market right now, if you know where to look. Seniors specifically are crushing it in this space because they do not care about flash, they do not care about impressing anyone, and they have the patience to wait for the right vehicle at the right price. After more than 2 decades in the shop, I am watching the same 6 SUVs get scooped up by retirees over and over again. Smart retirees. The ones who did their homework, talked to a mechanic, and walked past every overpriced lease return on the lot. Today, I am breaking down all 6, starting at number 6 and building to the one I think is the single best used SUV a senior can buy for under 10 grand. Let's get into it. Number 6, Chevrolet Equinox. Here's an SUV that most car guys wouldn't put on a best of list, and I understand why. The Equinox doesn't have a cult following. It doesn't show up in enthusiast forums. Nobody's writing love letters about it on Reddit. But here's what it does have. A step in height that's almost perfect for someone with a bad knee or a hip replacement. A simple, uncluttered dashboard that doesn't require your grandkid to operate. And a price tag that leaves money in your pocket for the next 5 years of oil changes. I'm talking about the second-generation Equinox, specifically the 2016 and 2017 models. These came with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine making 182 horsepower, paired with a traditional 6-speed automatic. Nothing exotic, nothing turbocharged, nothing that's going to surprise you at 90,000 miles with a repair bill of $2,600. The 2.4-liter Ecotec in these is a proven engine that General Motors has used across dozens of models. It runs a timing chain, not a belt. That means no scheduled replacement at 100,000 miles, like some competitors. RepairPal gives the Equinox a 3.5 out of 5 reliability rating. And I know that doesn't sound impressive, but here's the context that matters. The average annual repair cost is $537. That's lower than the segment average. And the frequency of shop visits is identical to the compact SUV class at 0.3 times per year. Where the Equinox loses points is severity. When something does go wrong, it tends to be a bigger ticket item. But the key word is when, not how often. In my experience, if you stick with the 2.4-liter and avoid the 3.6 V6 models that had some oil consumption issues, you're looking at an incredibly straightforward ownership experience. What makes this a senior goldmine is the pricing. A 2017 Equinox LT with 75,000 miles is going for $8,500 to $10,000 right now. Compare that to a same-year RAV4 that's still commanding $14,000 to $16,000 for similar miles. That's a $5,000 to $7,000 gap for an SUV that does the exact same job for someone who drives 6,000 miles a year to the grocery store, the doctor, and the grandkid's house. If you're shopping for one, avoid the 2010 to 2013 first-generation models. Those had a different platform and more reported issues. Start your search at 2016 and you'll be fine. Check the oil level on the test drive, look underneath for any signs of leaking, and make sure the transmission shifts smoothly through all 6 gears. If everything checks out, you've got yourself a quiet, comfortable, easy-to-park SUV for well under $10,000. Number 5. Subaru Forester. I had a 68-year-old customer named Helen come in last year. She had been driving a 2006 Camry for 18 years and finally wanted something with a higher ride height because getting in and out of a sedan was becoming uncomfortable. She told me her budget was $9,000 and she needed all-wheel drive because she lives in upstate New York and refuses to be stuck in her driveway from November to March. I pointed her toward a 2015 Subaru Forester 2.5i Premium with 82,000 miles. She found one for $8,700. That was 9 months ago, and she has put about 5,000 miles on it since. Total maintenance costs so far, 2 oil changes. That's it. The 4th generation Forester from 2014 to 2018 is one of the most practical SUVs ever built for older drivers. The door openings are wide. The seat height is right around hip level, which means you step in rather than climbing up or falling down. The windows are enormous, giving you the kind of outward visibility that makes parking and lane changes effortless. Consumer Reports actually named the Forester the best new car for seniors when it was current, and the reasons have not changed just because it is used now. Under the hood is Subaru's 2.5-liter, horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engine, making 170 horsepower. It is paired with a continuously variable transmission, which some people do not love, but Subaru's Lenertronic continuously variable transmission has proven itself over millions of miles at this point. It is not the same as the problematic continuously variable transmissions from other manufacturers. The 2.5-liter boxer engine uses a timing chain, not a belt, and all-wheel drive is standard on every single Forester ever made. That is not an upcharge. That is not a package. It is just how Subaru builds them. RepairPal rates the Forester at 3.5 out of 5, with an average annual repair cost of $632. That is a touch above the segment average, but there is context. The Forester's standard all-wheel drive system means there are more components that could theoretically need service compared to a front-wheel drive only competitor. Factor that in, and the cost is actually reasonable for what you are getting. Pricing right now for a 2015 to 2016 Forester with under 90,000 miles is solidly in the $7,500 to $9,500 range. That is all: wheel drive, great visibility, excellent crash test scores, and the kind of ground clearance that lets you handle rutted dirt roads to the lake house without thinking twice. One thing to watch for: some 2014 to 2016 models had excessive oil consumption on the 2.5-liter. Ask the seller if the oil consumption recall was addressed. If it was, you are golden. If it was not, make sure you check the oil level carefully and monitor it during your first few hundred miles. Number 4. Mazda CX-5. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Mazda CX-5 is the most undervalued compact SUV on the used market, and it has been for years. The depreciation on these things is honestly disrespectful given how well they are built. The first generation CX-5 from 2013 to 2016 is now firmly in sub $10,000 territory. And for seniors who care about driving feel, this is the one. A 2016 CX-5. Touring with 80,000 miles is running $8,000 to $10,000. Compare that to the same year Honda CR-V, which is still at $12,000 to $14,000 for similar miles. That gap exists because of one thing only: the badge. Mazda's Skyactiv G 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is naturally aspirated, uses a timing chain, and has a remarkably high 13:1 compression ratio that delivers strong fuel economy without turbo complexity. The 6-speed automatic is a traditional torque converter unit that has been refined over years of production. No dual clutch gimmicks, no continuously variable transmission issues, just a straightforward, proven transmission. RepairPal gives the CX-5 a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating. That's the highest in the entire compact SUV class. Annual maintenance costs average $447, which is lower than both the RAV4 at $429 and the CR-V at $407 when you account for the probability of a major repair. The CX-5 has just an 8% chance of a severe issue in any given year, compared to 13% for the segment average. The interior in the CX-5 feels like a car that costs $10,000 more. Mazda has always punched above its weight in materials and design, and the controls are intuitive. Physical knobs for climate and volume. A simple infotainment controller dial. No overwrought touchscreen menus that require 3 taps to change the temperature. For a senior who wants a car that doesn't fight them, this layout is ideal. When you're testing one, pay attention to the ride quality. The CX-5 is firmer than a CR-V or RAV4 because Mazda prioritizes handling. Most people find it comfortable for daily driving, but if you have serious back issues and need the softest possible ride, test it on rough roads first. Also check the paint around the rear wheel wells on 2013 to 2015 models. Some had minor paint adhesion issues. Cosmetic, not mechanical, but worth knowing. Number 3. Buick Encore. This is the one that makes car enthusiasts roll their eyes and makes retirees smile all the way to the bank. The Buick Encore has quietly become one of the most popular used SUVs among seniors in America, and once you understand why, it makes perfect sense. The first generation Encore from 2013 to 2022 is essentially a subcompact luxury crossover. It is small enough to park anywhere. It is quiet enough to have a conversation at highway speed. And it wears a Buick badge, which carries a level of trust with the 65-plus crowd that no marketing budget can buy. These folks grew up with Buick. They trust the name. And in this case, the name delivers. Under the hood is a 1.4-liter turbocharged Ecotec 4-cylinder making 138 to 153 horsepower depending on the year. It's not fast. Nobody's buying this for straight-line performance, but it's perfectly adequate for a retiree who drives 5,000 to 8,000 miles a year at sensible speeds. The engine is paired with a 6-speed automatic that shifts smoothly and has a solid track record. A 2017 Buick Encore, preferred with 70,000 miles, is going for $8,000 to $9,500 right now. That gets you leather-appointed seats, a quiet cabin with active noise cancellation, a 7-inch touchscreen with available navigation, and the kind of ride quality that makes you forget you're in a subcompact. The step-in height is low, the seats are supportive, and the controls are dead simple. That matters when your daily drive is to the pharmacy and the church potluck, not the Nürburgring. One thing to be aware of, some early 2013 to 2014 Encores had turbo failures and coolant leaks on the 1.4-liter. By 2016, General Motors had sorted these issues out. Stick with 2016 and newer for the best reliability. Check the turbo for oil seepage and make sure the coolant level is where it should be. If both are clean, you've got yourself a comfortable, refined little SUV for well under budget. Number 2. Honda CR-V. This is the one everybody's brother-in-law recommends, and honestly, for once, the brother-in-law is right. The third and fourth generation CR-V is one of the most proven compact SUVs ever built, and the 2012 to 2016 models have now depreciated into the sweet spot for budget-conscious retirees. I have personally serviced CR-Vs with over 250,000 miles that still had the original transmission. That is not a rumor. That is not a YouTube exaggeration. I have seen it with my own eyes multiple times. Honda's 2.4-liter K24 engine in these generations is an absolute workhorse. Naturally aspirated, timing chain driven, with a proven 5-speed automatic in the earlier models and a CVT starting in 2015. If you want to avoid the CVT entirely, which some seniors prefer, target a 2012 to 2014 model with the 5-speed. It's one of the most bulletproof powertrain combinations Honda has ever offered. RepairPal gives the CR-V a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating with average annual repair costs of just $407. That's the second lowest in the entire compact SUV class. The probability of a severe repair is well below average, and parts are cheap and available everywhere. This is a car that any shop in America can work on with their eyes closed. 2015 CR-V EX trim with 90,000 miles is going for $9,000 to $10,500 depending on your market. That gets you Honda reliability, a spacious interior with excellent rear seat legroom, a high seating position that is easy to enter and exit, and the kind of resale value that means if you ever sell it, you will get real money back. The cargo area is one of the biggest in the class, and the fold-flat rear seats create a nearly flat load floor. Perfect for hauling grandkids' sporting equipment, golf clubs, or bags from Costco. Here is my shopping tip for seniors looking at CR-V models. Find one with a documented service history. Honda people tend to maintain their cars. If the Carfax shows regular oil changes every 5,000 miles, you have likely found a gem. Watch for air conditioning compressor issues on some 2012 to 2014 models. That is about a $650 fix, and it is the most common complaint I see. Otherwise, these things just run. Number 1. Toyota RAV4. If you have been paying attention, you saw this coming. The Toyota RAV4 is the #1 used SUV that seniors are buying under $10,000, and the reasons are so obvious, it almost feels unfair to the competition. The fourth generation RAV4 from 2013 to 2018 is the one to focus on. The 2013 to 2015 models have now dropped into the $7,500 to $10,000 range with 80,000 to 110,000 miles. And at that price point, you are getting a vehicle engineered to go another 150,000 miles without breaking a sweat. I am not exaggerating. I have personally serviced RAV4s past 300,000 miles. Original engine, original transmission, just oil changes, brake pads, and the occasional water pump. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder in these is Toyota's 2 ARFE, one of the most reliable engines in modern automotive history. It is naturally aspirated. It uses a timing chain. It does not have direct injection problems. It does not have turbo failures. It just starts every single morning and does its job without complaining. The 6-speed automatic paired with it is equally proven. No CVT nonsense, no dual clutch drama, just a smooth, reliable, traditional automatic. RepairPal gives the RAV4 a 4 out of 5 reliability rating with annual repair costs averaging $429. The severity and frequency of repairs are both well below industry norms. Over a 10-year ownership period, total maintenance costs run about $6,000, according to industry tracking. That's among the lowest in the entire compact SUV segment. But here's what makes the RAV4 a gold mine specifically for seniors. The fourth generation has a near-perfect step-in height. Not too high, not too low. The seats are positioned so you slide in at hip level. The dashboard is clean and logically laid out. The knobs are large. The buttons are clearly labeled. Toyota did not try to reinvent anything with the infotainment on these models. It is simple, it works, and you will not need to call your grandson to pair your phone. Safety is another massive factor. The 2015 and newer RAV4s earned IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus status. For a retiree who wants peace of mind every time they pull out of the driveway, that rating means something real. When you're shopping, here's my checklist. First, check the vehicle identification number against Toyota's recall database. Some early 2013 and 2014 models had issues with the evaporative emissions canister. It's a known fix, and most have been addressed, but confirm it. Second, test the air conditioning on full blast. The AC compressors on these are generally reliable, but high mileage examples occasionally need a recharge. Third, check the tire wear pattern. Uneven wear on the front tires means deferred alignment, which tells you how the previous owner treated the vehicle. Fourth, and this is my best piece of advice, look for a one-owner RAV4 that was garage kept. A retired couple's RAV4 with 85,000 miles and a full service history is the closest thing to buying new at a used price. So there it is, 6 SUVs that seniors are buying for under $10,000, and every single one of them is a smarter purchase than most vehicles at twice the price. The Chevrolet Equinox for easy entry and low pricing, the Subaru Forester for all-weather confidence and unbeatable visibility, the Mazda CX-5 for the best reliability rating in its class at a fraction of the competition's price, the Buick Encore for quiet, refined comfort that feels premium without the premium cost, the Honda CR-V for legendary durability and the lowest repair costs you will find, and the Toyota RAV4, the single best used SUV a senior can buy right now, period. You do not need to spend $30,000 to get a reliable SUV. You do not even need to spend $15,000. The smart money is right here, under $10,000, hiding in plain sight on used car lots across the country. If this kind of honest car advice is what you have been looking for, hit subscribe. I have more videos coming on the exact SUVs worth buying and the exact ones worth avoiding. Like if this helped, drive safe, take care of your car, and it will take care of you. I will see you in the next one.